Good morning, YouTube. I am the City Prepper. Today is October 14th, 2025. So let's get into today's topic. Violence is on the rise. You do not have much time to prepare. That is not necessarily clickbait. That is more so to gain your attention of what's actually going on and the magnitude of things we are seeing here in New York City, things we are seeing in the Northeast, things we are seeing nationally, and things we are seeing globally. Right now, we are currently dealing with a lot of pocketed situations, whether it be Portland, Chicago, New York, where things have the potential for escalating. And the violence is not getting any better. You're seeing, I believe it is for this year, 9 mass casualty events where there was an active shooter where 5 or more people were killed. And it seems to be a more frequent occurrence. Look at any newspaper in New York, Chicago, Camden, New Jersey, um, outside of Houston, and you'll see this is a daily occurrence where there's shootings. This one's dead, that one's dead, this shot, this many shot. And I feel like it's not getting any better. And it's only going to continue to get worse. Like, look what's going on in New York. We are arguably, what, 3 weeks away from having a complete communist mayor. And that's simply putting it. He's a communist, self appointed communist. He wants to have free buses, trains, public transportation. He wants to have free childcare. He wants to have government run grocery stores. Who's paying for all that? It's me. It's you. It's the taxpayers. That's who's paying for that. And people are voting for this. I don't know how. I don't know why. And he has come out with harsh stances against the NYPD. And he has come out with harsh stances on Israel. And I'm not here to debate or speculate or comment on that. But you have a hodgepodge of people in the city. You have all walks of life. This is the breadbasket of America. And you have people of Jewish and Muslim and Christian faiths, and you can't pick sides like that, especially if you're supposed to be the one representing all of us. And this is who is going to win with what they're saying right now, 90% of the vote. And the violence is going to get worse because he wants to get rid of misdemeanor crimes. For those of you that do not know, misdemeanor is less severe than felony and typically results in fines or a couple days, couple weeks, couple months in jail, up to a year. But this is where people are going to be calling the police because, one, there's going to be an influx of police officers leaving from what I'm reading in the newspaper. You're going to have a mass exodus of police officers if this man wins, if there's no way to stop him. And right now, Andrew Cuomo, piece of shit that he isn't bowing out. He already lost to the man in the primaries. He's going to lose again, and he's going to draw the vote away from the Republican, and it's going to be chaos. It's going to be chaos in the streets of New York because this is what people voted for. This is what people wanted because they're not seeing the bad. People don't see the bad when they vote. They only see that, oh, my guy's better than your guy. They don't see the bad. And it's going to get very violent in New York City. And you have people afraid to stand up for themselves and defend their life, the life of the neighbor, the life of the loved one, because they're worried about repercussions. And we saw that with Daniel Penny. For those of you that do not know, there was a violent, emotionally, ill person on the subway, threatening to kill people, threatening to do bodily harm to people. He stepped in, restrained the individual, and the individual succumbed to injuries from that restraint. But not even a couple, 3 months later, an illegal immigrant set a woman on fire and no one did anything. And you're going to see more and more and more of that. It's called the bystander effect, where people don't want to jump in and help because nobody else is jumping in and helping. And you're going to have violent, heinous crime continue to go up, especially in New York and the rest of these Democratic run cities. That's why I tell each and every one of you to prepare and to be the gray man. You're seeing it all over this country, where there's pocketed violence, where there's protest, where the violence is through the roof. And people like you and I are fed up with it. And people like you and I have jobs, have families, that I only can do so much. That's why you need to be self-reliant. That's why you need to be self-aware, being aware of your surroundings and be able to do what needs to be done to protect you and your loved ones. And I can't really go into that. We'll be going more into that on Patreon. For those of you that are on Patreon, great. We're going to follow up this video with a more in-depth talk because of the fact that the YouTube gods like to censor me when I talk about certain things. So I personally think that this country is on a very, very awful path. And unfortunately, the pendulum needs to swing completely in one direction for it to come back. And maybe this will be that catalyst where people will realize, shit, we can't be doing this anymore. Not for us, not for our children, not for our grandchildren and children after that. Because their violence is going to continue to get worse. And then you're going to have President Trump sending in the National Guard here to clean up the mess that these communist Democrat fucks have caused, excuse my language. And then that's going to be more pushback. Look what happened in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is a clean area now because of that. And if you had these Democrats actually getting behind the fact that he's trying to do good, you would actually have calm and order. But they're not doing that. They're inciting riots. They're inciting violence. They're inciting the pushback when there shouldn't be any pushback to begin with. Gold and silver are through the roof. Silver is over $51. Gold is $41.47. That means the markets are going to be shaky for something to come. I mean, for all we know, we're supposed to have an alien invasion come next month with that Atlas, whatever thing. Just too much shit and distractions going on. And I keep telling you, and I've been telling you this for almost 9 years. Preparedness is the only way you're going to get through a situation, having the mindset to do so. A lot of people in general don't have that mindset that they might have to defend themselves. People think that because we live in America, we can call 911, the police are going to come. They're not. They're not. Not when you're going to need them. You're going to be in the middle of fighting for your life before they arrive, if they arrive at all, especially in a catastrophic situation where resources are already spread thin. You can be waiting for hours. That's why I keep telling each and every one of you to practice self-defense. Whether it's a martial arts discipline, whether it's your freedom stick, your boomsticks, you should be practicing first aid. Learn how to stop a bleed. Learn how to do CPR. Learn how to deal with a sucking chest wound. Learn how to deal with these situations. And they're not just good in a firefight. They're good in all over. You can impale yourself on something and need to know what to do in that situation. The time is at hand. Our country is not going in a right direction, not because of who's leading it, but because of the stalemates and Democrats and the rhinos that are stopping the good from happening. Does anybody have any questions? I see 6 of you currently on still. I know, big number for a Tuesday morning. There aren't any questions, I'd love to hear them. If not, I will be signing off. I will be jumping right on to Patreon to do a video talking more about what to do in these situations. Unfortunately, I would love to do that here, but I will have this video taken down and censored 1, 2, 3 if I tell you what you actually need to do in certain situations. All right, so there doesn't seem to be any questions, so I'm going to be signing off. to each and every one of you, thank you for following. Check out the link below. Please hit the like, subscribe, and share button if you haven't done so already. Have a great day and stay tuned for further.